Hey everybody, Tim here for today's review of Doctor Who story number 298. Can you even believe that I've done over 298 of these reviews? That's kind of crazy. And we're almost caught up. We're here. We are at the finish line. Two-parter, The Ascension of the Cybermen and the Timeless Children. This is the moment. Like, this two-parter, this story broke the internet in half. A lot of people really, really liked it. A lot of people really, really hated it. I actually thought it was really interesting, and I'm curious to see where it's going. A lot of people have complained about it, saying that it has destroyed Doctor Who, it's rewritten everything they think they know, it's destroyed the continuity, blah, 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 blah. And honestly, like, for somebody who's watched all of Doctor Who, all the classic stuff, all the old stuff, everything out there, no, it really didn't. I mean, did it change some stuff? Yeah. If you like continuity, Doctor Who is not the show for you. So, I mean, before this, I mean, it was a long while before they even put in the 12 regenerations rule. Like, it was a long while before that. And so, like, they'd already kind of been messing with stuff. And, like, even the whole, like, Doctor Who. Like, it's all over the place. That's what the show is. And some people can't accept that. And so for this show, I'm going to kind of jump everywhere. Lots of spoilers, but I mean, it's been out for over a year at this point. So the Brendan thing was a bit much, like kind of like sprinkled throughout this. And I was like, okay. I mean, once you're done with it, you're like, I get it. But it was a bit much. I actually kept thinking for some reason that was the guy that was going to end up as the Cyberman. I don't know. The first time I watched it, that's what I thought. The whole like Cybermen war part, I didn't care about. Like the whole like most of that whole first part, didn't care. I always did think that what's his name, Ko Sharmus or whatever, the old guy that was like the protector, very like Max von Sydow looking. Like I still somewhat suspect him being very important, like the Doctor or something. And I was like, okay, I don't know who you are, but I feel like you're going to be important at some point in this universe. So, whatever. It's not until we really get into the second part and we learn all about the timeless child. I don't know why the episode's called Children. Could be a clue. I mean, we do see a lot of children. Where I'm going to just, like, everybody's seen it. Like, I don't need to sum it up. But we learn that this one person from an unknown part of the universe can just regenerate and never stops. And that is supposedly the Doctor. Now, it does kind of make sense because we've seen the Doctor regenerate several times, and we've learned that the Time Lords, in their infinite wisdom, can give other Time Lords another regeneration cycle. That's what they did. That's why Matt Smith went into Capaldi, because he had already used up his, and now he is somebody else. You can go back and you can watch my Brains of Morbius. That is a hill that I will die on, that they didn't know about the 12 rule at that point. And when Tom Baker starts going back, those other doctors are him. And everybody's like, no, that's Morbius. No, it's not. Like when you watch it, Morbius does his, and then the Doctor does his. Like, it's very cut and dry. They don't go back and forth. So, and that is a hill that I will die on. Like, I have always thought that those are previous Doctors. Now, that being said, in this episode, when the Doctor's trapped and she's trying to get out and she sees Ruth, is talking to Ruth, and she's like, starts looking at all of her past lives, you see some of those glimpses of the Morbius Doctors. So I was like, that's a really cool shout out. I really liked how they included seeing all of those faces. I still love Ruth. I think Ruth is great. Now, when the Brendan thing comes back around, that's explained as them wiping the Doctor's memory. How many times have they done that? We don't know. They have said that Ruth came before, like, Hartnell. So she's like, she predates the first Doctor. Well, then why is it a phone box? Makes no sense. Like, and Hartnell didn't have a sonic screwdriver. It didn't come up until the second Doctor. So the fact that she didn't know what it was does make sense. So it's like, okay, there's puzzle pieces we got to kind of put together here. And her TARDIS was like the old TARDIS. So it's like, okay, we're kind of getting there. It's making sense. Now, could she be after Jodie? Like, could she be number 14? Could also be that. Like, maybe after like Jodie's done and 13 is generating into 14, they wipe her memory 100% clear, and that's how we get Ruth. That's how we get the old TARDIS back, and the Time Lord's like, fuck it, let's just go all the way back to the blank slate. I could see them doing that too. Now, the big theory is that the Master was lying the entire time, and it's not the Doctor. A lot of people do think it's the Master, which honestly for me would make more sense. Or like if there's like some sort of correlation, like the Master was the kid, but the Doctor was the person who found them, and maybe that's why she has more regeneration ability, because she like took it from the Master, because the Master was little. Because the Master cannot die, like at all. We've seen him decayed. We have like in the movie with the Eighth Doctor, like he's dead. He is completely gone, and still is able to like come out and like inhabit Eric Roberts. Like the Master cannot die. So it would kind of make sense if the Timeless Child was actually the Master. That's my theory, is the child was the Master, but the woman who found the child was the Doctor. And I mean, that would make sense. She's a doctor. The kid's more powerful. Master. I don't know. You could look at theories about this all day. Overall, I really liked it. I had a lot of fun with it. Played with a lot of ideas. The show's been on for over 50 years, coming up on 60 years. Give it 5 years, they'll change it again. Give it 10 years, people won't even remember this. It's always moving. It's always in flux. People need to calm the fuck down. It's a TV show. It will outlive you. There's no reason to get mad about it. The ending, the cliffhanger, was a slap in the face, because I loved it, where the Judoon show back up and arrest the Doctor. To me, the asteroid looked like Shada. I know everybody said that, and it's not. But still, coincidentally, like, I think it was right before this or right after this, they actually did the animated version of Shada, where they animated the missing parts. I still thought it was great. And I was like, hey, if they bring back Shada, I'm 100% down for that. I think that could be fantastic. So, I don't know. I liked it. I thought it was really good. I'm curious what other people think. Go ahead and let me know. Thank you guys for watching and subscribing, and I'll see you guys next time for Revolution of the Daleks.